What is up, Roots crew? Welcome to the first episode of Rap Roots Rewinds. This is going to be a show where we break down different hip-hop albums, different popular hip-hop artists, whatever the case may be, and talk about them in depth. This episode is going to be about a creator named WIFISKELETON, who was an underground musician who passed away, sadly, at the age of 21 from an apparent overdose. Somebody I came across on TikTok, heard about the music, heard about his previous careers in being a YouTuber, and I thought it was very interesting because a lot of these commentary YouTubers were people I watched growing up. I was never super familiar with his content or why he left social media or like any of this in-between stuff, and then I ended up hearing one of his songs on TikTok and deciding to make a video about this, about his tumultuous career and what led to this tragedy. I will say there are some allegations that came out about him during his life that I do not support, and it has been very up in the air about if these allegations are true, if they're false. It's very much the court of public opinion spoke on him, and after that, things kind of divulged in his career. So I want to make it clear that this video is not aimed to justify or do any of that for what he did. What he did was wrong and not okay. What it is aiming to do is to show creators, any creators, social media, music, any creative endeavor that somebody decides to do, that don't get caught up in the parasocial relationships of social media, don't get caught up in the social media landscape too much, because it can really take a toll on your mental health, and we are going to talk about that in the end of this video as well. But I just wanted to introduce you guys to the new show, to this first episode, to this new artist, WIFISKELETON, and I hope you guys enjoy this first episode. If you guys want to see more, like it up, and we'll do more. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Enjoy.
Future in design, rap roots rewinds, culture ages like wine.
Many of you may have seen this popular hyperpop artist on your For You page. His name is WIFISKELETON, and his song is known for this trend that was created on TikTok.
If you see me out in Cohort, say hi, but if you meet me at the clam, I'm a talkative guy. Maybe we'll talk over fish and remember the time. And we know even in my lowest, I'm a family guy. I'm not trying to ruin your fun, it's just a little bit late, I guess you're already done. This is feeling like cat shit, cause I'm too dumb. I'm never doing the right thing, so I'm so stuck.
WIFISKELETON has had a very complex and intricate career prior to his passing due to an overdose on May 5th, 2025.
Pull up and kill me, it's the time to do it. If you want to get a flick with me, it's the time to do it. I'm gonna overdose tonight and kill myself.
Firstly, let's chat about the first pseudonym of WIFISKELETON. He was known as Cyrus, a young commentary YouTuber that followed in the footsteps of creators like Leafy is Here. Growing a platform with his other commentary YouTubers named Benji, Scrubby, and Bumpkin, they all joked about funny YouTube videos and eventually started their own podcast called Scuffed, where they talked about the most prominent news on YouTube and social media. It is crucial to know that many of these YouTubers began creating content during the pandemic, when people had nothing to do but sit at home and watch content. The group also began making music individually before allegations came out against Cyrus. These allegations included a mix of different things, but I will say I have not heard all of the allegations, so I cannot speak to what they exactly are. But according to the internet, Cyrus was communicating via Discord with girls who were underage. Some say he was lied to about these girls' ages, and others say he knew and chose to continue to speak with them anyways. Either way, the court of public opinion had spoken, and Cyrus was officially canceled, deleting his YouTube channel in the process. Following Cyrus's cancellation, it began the end of the pandemic and the disappearance of many of these commentary content creators. YouTubers like Cyrus, Scrubby, and Benji all began to leave the platform due to burnout and lack of enjoyment from making content. Following his disappearance from YouTube, Cyrus went by several names to create music. Some know him by his name Star67. This is how he began to create his underground hip-hop music under that Star67 persona. After honing his craft as a musician and beginning to create music under the name WIFISKELETON, he began connecting with other underground artists such as Jades to create his own collective known as Goth Angels. Jades and WIFISKELETON began receiving a lot of attention for revitalizing alternative music throughout the end of 2024 and into 2025. Wi-Fi Skeleton's song, Nope, You're Too Late, I Already Died, received some serious fandom, following the song getting some play on TikTok and parodies being made about the track. The days following these parodies, it came out the young artist died from an overdose on May 5th, 2025. Along with the song being released for several days following his passing called Cinco de Mayo Was a Nightmare, LOL, which featured an unreleased song from Wi-Fi Skeleton followed by a message from a fan blaming his friends for his death and for allowing him to be addicted to these dangerous substances. So I wanted to end this video with this. If you or anyone you know is having some suicidal tendencies or dealing with drug abuse, please contact the 988 hotline and get help that you need. It's the best thing you can do for yourself, for others in your life who may be going through something like this. I know it's hard to ask for help, but everyone who does say it's the best thing they've ever done. I for one, deal with my own fair share of mental health things, as does everyone else in this life. So if you're struggling with mental health or suicidal tendencies or drug abuse, whatever the case may be, we all have our vices, we all have our demons, and we all need to heal from those things. So if you're struggling, get the help you need. Call the 988 hotline if needed. If you guys want to see more of these videos, leave a like, leave a comment, let us know what you think of Wi-Fi Skeletons and his career in the comments, and we'll do more. If you guys were never familiar, let us know. We'll do more videos. I plan to do some album breakdowns, which I have a stack of vinyls right off camera right here. We're going to be breaking some of those down. Some Mac Miller records, some all sorts of mainstream hip-hop artists. This is a show that I intend to gain some of the mainstream hip-hop audience involved with Rap Roots Media and get them invested into the community that we are trying to build with this. So, hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of Rap Roots Rewinds. I know it was a pretty sad one. Hopefully we do some more fun ones in the future. This is just a artist that caught my eye and I thought would be interesting to talk about. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in. Deuces.